Hello, everyone. I'm Connie Douglas from Great Stamping with Connie. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada. Today, I'd like to share a card with you that has been made with the Hooray Surprises bundle. This is a stamp and die set, and the dies cut out some of the images, but they also perforate some of the images so that you can pull them open and to reveal a secret message in your cards. So very interactive cards. So let's get to it. Okay, this is a sample of the card that we are going to make. And you can see here that I have this little pull tab instructions. And when the recipient pulls that open, it will reveal a secret hidden message underneath this heart. So let's make one. Okay. For this card, just put that over there, you will need a standard card base. I'm using Bubble Bath, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of Berry Burst cardstock, and that is 5 1/4 by 4 inches. Then I have a stitched circle, okay, in Berry Burst. I also have a stitched circle in basic white, and these two you can see have been die cut. And then there's one more that is not die cut, okay? And then we have a piece of Designer Series paper, and this is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8, and a die cut piece of basic white for our sentiment. And then we also have either you can use a piece of basic white to stamp and die cut this heart, or you could just die cut a heart with some holes in it so that the berry burst will peek through. So there's no stamping on this piece, it's just been die cut. Okay, let's get started. So here's how we're going to get our secret message on our card. These two pieces, the berry burst and the basic white, were die cut together, so they will fit together perfectly. Okay, so what we're going to do is remove this. So here's a sample. If this were my card and it came like this, what the recipient would do is pull this tab up, and when it's glued down, it would stay in place, but they would just pull these perforations apart, okay? And then underneath here would be my secret message, and it would be revealed. So these are all the same size, so this I know will match this. So I'm going to put this right over my other circle. Okay, so it's just going to sit right there, and this is my template so that I can get my secret message in the correct spot. And I didn't put my secret message on a block. So I'm going to use this one that says "You're the best," because that's a great sentiment to share something. A wonderful hidden message. So there we go. So I'm going to bring in my Berry Burst ink, and I am going to ink up my stamp, and then I'm just going to use this to, oh my, that's very inked up. That must be a very juicy ink pad. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that ink off of there because this is super juicy. I obviously see when you talk and stamp, you're not paying attention sometimes. So we'll try that one once again. So just very gentle tapping with this super juicy ink pad will give me a better image. And now I can use this template to just make sure that I get my secret message right in an area where the recipient will see it when they tear the heart off. Okay, so there we go. I have looks like a little bit of cat fur that would in there. I can never see it on my stamps. We'll turn this over and we'll just try this once again. See if we can get rid of that. So, right. There we go. Okay, so then you can take this template off, and then I am going to glue this right over top, okay? And that, then we'll know it's in the correct place. But before I do that, I am going to grab the pieces. Here we go, for my sentiment, and I stamp that. And this one is sending you lots of love. Stamp that on here. Okay, and then I'm also going to stamp this little tiny, whoops, that's a candle. What happened to my pull? Oh, there we go. The 2 is no. So, just going to stamp this little tiny pull right there. There we go. And then I'm just going to use a 1/2 inch circle punch to punch that out. And you don't have to put this on. Oops. Don't. But it just helps the recipient know what they're supposed to do when they get their interactive card. Okay, now this this card had a stamped part, but I'm going to use this die cut one for this. So I am just going to adhere it to this. Okay, and I'm going to use liquid glue to put most of this card together. We've got some small bits and pieces, so I don't want my glue to come oozing through here and be sticky on the front. So if you are using liquid glue, you want to be very stingy with it, okay? And just kind of have a very thin coating on the cardstock so that it doesn't ooze through the holes. Make sure that's over so that when we tear it, it doesn't get caught in the part that's staying. And then this little pull, we can just attach right there. So they know that's where they pull. And then this is going to go right on top of this, okay? Now you want to be careful here. You only want your glue on this outer edge because you want them to be able to pull this part to get to their message. Okay. So that right down onto there. Okay, turn it over and just give it a nice press. Okay, now that piece is ready to go. Okay, bring in my card base. It's been scored. Let's use our bone folder to give that a nice burnish. Go. And then we can put our designer series paper onto the Berry Burst cardstock. This is the designer series paper is from the Lighter Than Air pack, and it's all really pretty, I'll say soft colors. I mean, it's bright enough, but it's not bold colors, soft colors. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Anyway, it's really pretty paper, so you should check it out and maybe get yourself a package. Okay, so that is there, and then this is going to go onto my card base. And this is just a standard border. It's not super tiny, so I'm going to be brave and assume that I can get it centered first try and use my tape runner. There we go. Okay, and then at this card, I've put both this centerpiece and the sentiment on with dimensionals. So entirely your choice, but let's pop this up. Okay. Of dimensionals, I have a few here. Oh, I have some small pieces, so we'll just add some of these smaller pieces. Keep it popped up. Okay. And this can go right near the top, centered, and I just eyeball it. There we go. And then we will add some dimensionals to our sentiment piece. One. Oh. Oh, I'm having trouble getting the layer off of this. There we go. He didn't want to get sticky. And I put this one on this side. I could do this on this side. No, I think we'll just stick with this. There we go. And then I have a Baker's Twine double bow. This is from the Baker's Twine 3-color pack. So there's Calypso Coral, Lemon Lolly, and Balmy Blue, which are colors from this paper. There's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of colors in this paper, but those are 3 of them. So normally I cut about 9 inches for a bow, but I've gone to 10, and this is double, so I have 20 inches of Baker's Twine, and that's just because I have a little longer tail on this bow. Sometimes I don't want such a large tail, but this time we have a little bit more dangling. So I, whoops, okay. Left my twine a little bit longer. I seem to struggle to get the ends coming out evenly, but you know what? We're going to try that once more. And we're going to go a little bit higher here. Hopefully this one's at least as good, maybe better, because I don't want to spend the next 20 minutes working on bows. This one is better. Okay, so there's nice loopy loops for our bow. And then I'm just going to cut this open and take, I might just trim this off a little bit. I do want it kind of dangly, but it was a little longer than it. So there we go. We'll just cut these ends off. Now it's evened up. And the best way to attach bows to your cards is with glue dots. They are marvelous for doing that. Nice and sticky. And because this is a double bow, it's almost the size of my glue dot. I'm just going to roll this up a little bit so that it is a little bit smaller, so I don't have sticky bits outside of the size. And I'm just going to put that right up about there. There we go. And then just to finish it off, because you know I love my gems, we have the rainbow adhesive backed dots in all sorts of colors. Now I used the lemon lolly ones on this card. What do we think? Do we want to change it up a little bit, or maybe stick with the same ones? I can maybe stick with the yellow ones, eh? So just put some of these. 2, undo, undo. Oh, maybe we'll go down here this time. Change it up a little bit and come up. There we go. Just a little different, just because we can. So there you have it. There's the two versions. So this one has a stamped piece on the front, and this one has just a die cut piece. I hope you like that, and I hope you enjoy making interactive cards using the Hooray for Surprises stamp set. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to craft with you again really soon. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.